Hey folks, welcome to another video. This one is going to be a entertaining one, let's say. What I want you guys to do is entertain this question. Now, all this stuff with Fauci getting caught, you know, doing this thing with the beagles, if you've not heard about that, it's gross, probably not even worth listening to because it's awful. But the NIH funding Wuhan, and I think anyone now with a brain who's, fairly clear-headed realises that this virus came from Wuhan. Even though they're not going to say it, I don't think they'll ever say it, to be honest, but come on, how stupid do they think we are? Like the coincidence of it happening there at a place where they've, around with bloody coronaviruses. How can anyone take it seriously that it came from a pangolin and a bat and a this? I think it's quite clear now after quite a few of these investigations that it didn't. There's a signature in the virus that shows it's been manipulated, but again, it's not on the mainstream news, so no one will believe it. There's a lot of investigations. Go and check one out, and just look, just mind-blowing. So listen, big pink floating elephant in the room. Two options, right? Two options for this virus. It either came from, it came from the lab, but it's either escaped through an accident, or, gotta say it was released by the CCP. So let's do a what if, right? And I want your opinion. Drop me a comment down here and let me know what you think about what I'm about to say. Because I think it's mental, but then the rest of the world is absolutely mental at the moment. And all these things that I talked about 10, 20 years ago after I'd heard them from certain channels, that they're going to do these things, they're going to bring in this, they're going to do that, they're going to do that. Here we are with all this stuff going on. And okay, let's just get to the chase, right? If it was released, do you agree it's an act of war? Okay, there's one. It's killed 5 million people so far. Okay, if you go by what we're being told. Might be less than that, it might be more than that. Depends what side you're on, depends what you think, depends where you get your news, all this kind of stuff. So let's just go with what the sheep have been told, right? What the masses know. 5 million people have died from it. So that's an act of war if we entertain the idea that this was released on purpose. No one's asking this question, okay? I think everyone's a bit too afraid to ask this question of what if. Let's go for this massive what if. It might be 1% chance that it is. It's plausible. It is plausible. Now, there's always been, through history, people trying to take over the world through whatever means. I don't think they've had the technologies to do it previous to where we are right now. But there's always been the bad guy trying to take over the world, or the bad group, or cult, or whatever. And some people are enjoying this. I don't know if you've looked around at the Bezoses and the Zuckerbergs and the whatever. They're all enjoying this. This is playing right into their hands. And no, I'm not saying it's them, but I do think they answer to somebody. I do think all the people we see are nowhere near top level of what we're talking about. I think there's a very, very, very small number, 10, 12, 15 people who are the most powerful people in the world, who all the governments answer to. Because the mistakes that have been made during COVID are kind of duplicated. It's like everybody made the same mistake. Even though there was this period of time waiting for, it came from China, it came through Asia, it came through Russia, it came through the Middle East, came to Italy, came into Europe, came to England, went to America and whatever. So everyone had time, but no one reacted. I'm in England, right? Italy was going mental. We still had our borders open. Excuse me? What? What do you mean? We had our borders open. People screaming, close the borders, close the borders. Nah, not going to do that yet. Why? Okay, so you've got to look back. Like, there's so much information about this that to look back and try and remember everything is absolutely impossible. Unless you are like Stephen Hawking's brain, we've got no chance of remembering all this stuff. And I think it's getting to the point where it's plausible that this is an act of war. I would hate it to be. I do not want it to be true, because the consequences of that are off the scale. They're beyond thought. You know what? Someone's got to start a fight, you know? Nah, I don't know. This is crackers. But listen, I want to know what your opinion is. I want to know down here. Drop me a comment and let me know. What do you think would happen if if it's found out that it was released and it was an act of war? What are people going to do? Are things going to go on as normal? Are people going to like change the way they live? Are they going to get angry? Are they just going to sit back and go, well, what can we do? The world's mad enough right now for this to be true. So I look forward to your comments. Let me know. Give me a thumbs up. Give me a subscribe if you fancy it. If you don't, whatever. It is what it is. See you on the next one.